Wellness. My name is Anna, and today we are going to do another pick a card reading, and this is sort of my Halloween edition that I do want to contribute for you guys. So this particular reading, we're going to explore your hidden dark powers, and particularly this is meant to help you realize your power, even though you might not like it. That's why the darkness around it. I do want to help you realize that how you can turn it around and how you can grow from it and benefit from it and turn it into more of your personal trait power instead of labeling it as a dark power. Remember, everything in your life, you have a choice, and all the powers are powers is depending on how you use it and what's the end result that you brought into this world. So there's really no dark, good, bad powers. They're just based on your decision. And this is that reading that's going to help you get at that new perspective, help you find your truth. And so a little bit of trigger warning. This reading might really get into that dark space within you. And if you're not ready, listen to it with a grain of salt. And if you're totally like, Anna, bring this on, well, fasten your seatbelt because we are going to go right into the reading. Cool? Okay. So like usual, I'm just going to introduce you the deck that we're using. So we're using the Tarot de la Nuit, and we're using the Citadel deck. This is like a new deck that I bought, so I have not used it. I opened it to just take a look at it, but I have not used it at all. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also using the Mystical Shaman Oracle Dark card deck. Yeah. And I'm using my Brutally Honest deck, which sometimes how honest it is kind of scares me. So this is the old deck. If you haven't used it before, basically it's you get a frame and you get a picture and you're supposed to interpret the two together. Oh boy, do I have some funny things that came out, and it was brutally honest. Like I have some deck that was just like you don't get no hiding from it, and this is one of them. So I'm very excited to be able to guide you through this process. And like I said, fasten your seatbelt because then we're gonna go right in on it. Okay, so if you haven't already decided on your pile, right? Usually I put a banner right here. Hit pause, but then we're gonna probably gonna give you 10 seconds, 15 to just listen to the music. I do want to show appreciation to the music. This is from the channel, I think it's called Meditative Mind, and I usually let it run in the background when I do readings, and so I hope you like it. Okay, so close your eyes. Get ready. Okay, so if you're a visual person, I was looking at my crystals and then see if there's anything that inspired me to do the reading. Maybe. Okay, let's try this. If you pick pile 1, if you're drawn to this crystal, okay, you'll see the crystal in the picture too, but just showing. This is another formation of the serpentine. Yeah, normally you would get the calcite, sort of like the dark brown, kind of like a dragon's egg outside, but this is the inside, the serpentine, and it just looks so cool. And I really like it when I got it. Yeah, reminds me of fossil, some of the fossil pattern. So if you like this, this is pile one. This is heavy, by the way. Okay, so I kind of want to know what's your hidden personality. And if you, this is how you know this is your pile, okay? So here we go. The founder, foundation and community. So some of you might be my entrepreneur pile, the founder of something. I would say that from the pile, I'm sensing, even though so because we're talking about dark hidden personality, I don't think you want people to know that you have this grand wish of creating an empire or creating your legacy. I think what you're hiding from other people is that you think that people might think that you're, like, who do you think you are? So maybe that is one of your negative self-talk is on who do you think you are. You know, you have nothing. You have no one, no power, no money whatsoever. And what makes you think that you can build something? And so this is this hidden secret that you were trying to, I don't know, have you given up on it yet? We'll find out. But this is something that you kept it to yourself. Yeah? Okay. So what should we do next? I think I want to draw the old card because I want to get this absolute truth from your spirit guide. Okay, your spirit guide, not mine. Your spirit guide, your higher self, please tell me this absolutely no BS truth about my pile one that they need to know. They need to know so that you kind of kick their ass to help them move forward. Okay, we're being very honest today. Okay, so pile one. Sometimes I use jump cards and sometimes I don't. So it really depends on the situation. Okay, higher self. Your higher self. Tell me. Okay, I feel like this is the one. Oh. So I have this card. I'm not, because they don't come with names, right? This card. Oh, and it says boredom. Okay, so now we're gonna have to interpret this card like this. Boredom and, oh, you know what I saw? This reminds me of the Lover's card in tarot. So the oh. I feel like some of you are into unconventional relationships. You're getting bored from the traditional, the norm, like what other people expect. Yeah, a little bit. These two people are kind of holding hands. Can you see? Just a little bit. They're kind of holding hands. Or they're very close. This also could be, you know how like in the traditional kings and queens, they stand on the balcony, they make an announcement towards the crowd outside. This also reminds me of that. But then I think deep down inside, you're getting really bored about what other people how other people perceive you, how other people, you know, how other people want you to behave in a certain way. And it is not a bad thing. Like, I mean, if you're in a because I was just watching cult related stuff, like cult consciousness. I'll just promote the channel because I love the channel, by the way. And I mean, it's not entirely that kind of the you know, conformity and everything, but it was just more like, it's more like deep down inside, you know who you are, like the founder, you know who you are, and yet because of whatever the constraint externally, maybe it's a family thing, maybe it's a money thing, maybe whatsoever, because you're so you're afraid of how other people is gonna look at you. Even though you're bored, you're like super bored. Like the energy that I got from this card is like super bored. Like it does not excite you. It is so boring. Stuff. It's just more like, if I live this every day, I feel like a zombie kind of bored. Yeah. You're ready to step out. I think your higher self deep down is that you want to step outside of the box. And you haven't really quite decided how that's going to go. Maybe it's a sexuality thing. Maybe it's a gender thing. Maybe it's a identity thing. Maybe you want to be single, but your whole entire family is very, very traditional. They want you to get married, right? Whatever it is, so far, you feel like you're suffocating a little bit. Like when I look at this card with boredom, I feel a little bit suffocated. So yeah, okay. So if that's kind of how you feel right now, let's just keep on the reading. So I do want to find out what's your so this is your hidden power, right? And you have the ability bringing forth what you want. So I do want to ask your spirit guide, your higher self, the god and goddesses that's overwatching you, to see what are some of the, how do we use this power, and if they have any suggestions. Okay, so I have, this is really interesting. Okay, so I have two elements here. So these are oracle cards. However, the cards that pop out is two elements. One is the wind, one is the earth. Yeah. They're not exactly, they don't actually go hand in hand that well. I feel like this is more about maybe have something to do with taking action. And I haven't looked at the tarot cards because even though I pulled them out and I already flipped them, I haven't looked at them. I feel like this is something about, I think the founder legacy part of the things is more relating to career or your family life because of the earth card. But let me kind of look at the tarot card and then tell what it is. Okay, so I have Six of Swords in reverse. Oh, you have to cause some trouble in order to harness this new, to allow this founder energy to come out. I have the Ace of Swords. I'll just show you. So this is the Six of Swords in reverse. This is the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Okay, making sure that I read the right thing. And I have the Hangman. And then I have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Oh boy. Aw. The reason that I said the aw is because I feel like some of you watching these, you're a sweet person. You want to make people happy. You're like people pleaser. I'm kind of like that. And I was on that journey of, you know, have to break some hearts. So the reason I said that is because, first of all, Six of Swords in reverse, you have to stir some peaceful water. Okay, because Six of Swords in the upright means that you're sailing on smooth water. You're getting out of a tricky situation. You're sailing towards smoother water. And so when it is reverse, guess what? You have to stir up some SH beep beep. You know what I mean, right? And that may be a provoking thought that you need to start talking out loud. And then the Hangman, something gotta give, okay? No great legacy is built without giving up something. And I don't mean like I have to give up my first newborn, that kind of crazy shit. I'm talking about you might have to give up on the idea that you want people to like you. Okay? You might have to give up on the fact that I don't go travel for the next 10 years. You might have to give up on the fact that, maybe instead of having one alcohol every day, you need to have one alcohol every week. Something gotta give. Because the Hangman willingly volunteer himself, herself, themselves on the cross. In the traditional tarot, it was on the cross, right? To be hung upside down. They volunteered. They willingly to be put in the upside down situation in order to gain new perspective. So because you're disturbing peaceful water with a new provoking thoughts, something gotta give. Okay? And this is gonna make some people unhappy. This is Nine of Cups in reverse. You're gonna make some people unhappy. They're gonna walk out from your life. And it is perfectly normal because every time we are creating a new vibration within us, whatever the dead skin, shoes that no longer fit our feet needs to go, right? And I really like that shoe analogy. I definitely stole it from one of the friends that told me this. It's kind of like, you grow up and your shoes, meaning like some of your old thoughts, your old environments, your old friends, blah, 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 whatever it is, no longer fit you. You're wearing a shoe size 1 too small. And so you now have a choice. You can continue to walk in that shoes, like that shoe is hurting your toe or hurting your ankle like crazy. Or you can choose to just simply take them off, get a new pair of shoes, and live in the new life. And I think that was really asking you to, because this is where you are right now. And this is every time I look at this picture, I feel like with Borden, I feel like this heart, like your heart is, it's kind of like birds, your wings were being held together. Right? You want to fly, you want to go somewhere, you want to be somewhere, you want to create your legacy, yet your wings are being like, they're not clipped, they're just chained somehow. And part of that hidden you is slowly dying. And I think that's why your spirit guide is really telling you to really, you have to stir it up, whether it is comfortable or not. You need to get out of your comfort zone, honey. Listen to me. It's okay to to embrace who you are, to say what you want, to do what you want, even though a million people are going to tell you how it might not work out. But that's your journey. It's your journey to experience that. And if your heart is telling you that I cannot put this down, put this thought of being a founder, being a legacy owner, build my own empire, if this cannot be like put down or thrown out of the window like I just did, give it a try, right? Okay. So I think that's what your spirit guides wants to tell you. With the earth and the wind, sometimes I think one of the messages like coming through is in Chinese we have this thing called missing the east wind. So I'm gonna reinterpret that for you, is that what that sentence meant was that you have to be ready. So when the change of the wind come, you're ready to sail. Okay. So when the opportunity comes, you're so prepared that you just hop onto the bandwagon like that, right? And so in this period of time, realizing that there's this new version of you, this founder that's peeking out of the, it's kind of like the seed breaking ground. Prepare the soil. You can't grow on, how do you say it, barren land. Yeah. Prepare yourself, nourish yourself, read, rest, eat nutritious food, exercise. And when the opportunity comes, when the wind finally arrives, you are ready to sail. Okay? And that's your hidden talent, your hidden power, and how your spirit guides want you to take a leap forward. Okay. So if you like the message, click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. All right. Pound number 2. If you pick, okay, here we go. If you pick this Ganesha. Okay, I'm actually playing a Ganesha song and so I decided we're gonna do this. This is a cute amethyst Ganesha. Okay, so if you pick this Ganesha, we're gonna go right in right now. So I am gonna pick your hidden talent first, and that is with the Citadel deck. Sometimes I let it jump out, and sometimes I pick a card. It depends. So, pile 2, higher self, spirit guides. Let me pick. Tell me what's the hidden talent or hidden power that pile 2 is trying to hide it from people, consciously and subconsciously. Somehow I'm really focusing on the Mad Hatter the Mad Hatter cup that I have in front of me. This is really interesting. Okay. I'll pick a card. Okay. Oh, it's kind of fitting. So it says the poet, relationships and vulnerability. Okay, so your hidden talent. I wonder, some of you guys don't want other people to know that you're quite sensitive. Well, on different spectrum. I don't know yet, okay? I'm just picking out the first card. And that, yeah, so empath, this might be my empathic pile. Vulnerability, wanting to connect with people, kind of sensitive, because I kept having this feeling of sensitive to touches. And also I was saying that about the Mad Hatter cup, because I was just like kept looking at it. Some of you might really feel, I think part of your hidden talent is that when a wave, or you might call it a creative wave or creative thoughts or inspiration come, you almost feels like you have to do it right now, and it does not make sense. It does not make sense, because you're like, I'm freaking in the middle of a meeting, but now I have the compulsion of doing something, and you're like, I don't know how to deal with this. Yeah. So let me get more cards for you, because then I'm kind of like, that's beautiful, and I understand that it is quite a disturbing power if you're in situations and you don't really understand why the powers are coming in whatever we see as inappropriate timing. I have that. I'm a clairsentient person, and what we do is we feel, right? And then sometimes I was like, where does this come from? So I think I can kind of understand how disturbing that might be. So I have 3 cards. I feel like it's one of the 3. Okay, I'm just gonna pick one situation card, because then the situation card is the pictorial one, and I'm gonna interpret it with 3. And I think you guys might be the only one, because I'm doing this, picking the card in real time. I think you guys are the only one that I'm gonna do this. Oh, so I have a broken glass. I think this is milk. So spill milk, broken glass. So part of the reason that you are hiding, or it might not be reason, it might be the situation that you're hiding. So I have 3 interpretation cards. It says power play, give, and dream. And then we're gonna fit this card into all of them to give you like a situation interpretation. So I think some of you might be in this situation where I'm not really liking the thoughts that is going through my head. But more like, if you do this, I'll cut you off. Whether it's from a family, spouse, it could be religion, right? So it could be, yeah. So it's kind of like if you were to follow this footsteps of being in that sensitive, creative, artistic space of being free, and not necessarily free as like pile 1, even though there are some parallels, but I think this one is more like artistic endeavor kind of free, like more like free spirited, like I want to go travel for a year, and then people were like, what about your job? That kind of free-ish kind of a thing. I think this is more like a creativity free. Like I want to go be I don't know why this is coming up, but more like I want to be a nude model, and then they're like, what is going on? I want to be a tattoo artist, and people were like, no way, because in your family is super tradition, something like that, right? I feel like it's something about somebody has power over you, whether financially, physically. I hope it's not physical, because I hate the whole like dark situation where somebody's is gonna be ended up in abuse. But I mean, if you're in that situation, I'm sorry. Like, I feel bad to poke a hole. Yeah. But you might be in that situation. You might be in a situation where people are giving you scraps. Like, they will say, oh, you should be grateful what you're getting. So a lot like emotional blackmailing, that kind of a thing. Oh, look at all other people. Look at the others who couldn't even like have, you should be grateful like you have a roof over your head. Look at all those people who are living on the street. That kind of and okay, mind you, when I'm saying all this, it doesn't mean that whoever is doing this in your life does not love you. They may came from generations of teaching that this is their reality. That they truly feel and think that by saying all these things they're teaching you great good value, and they're trying to be lovely. And again, that also may not be true. Maybe they're just not a great person. But I do want to put it out there as that there are some people who just doesn't have the capacity of expressing their love in a way that we can perceive. And so I do want to say that if some of the people around you, they grew up in a completely different social culture, society, or generation values, understand that they might be thinking that this is enough already. Yeah. Okay. So somebody might be giving you things that is not of great value, but then they thought it is. Yeah. You might be in a situation where like they shatter your dream. People around you shatter your dream of wanting to be free, wanting to follow your intuition, follow the sensitivity, being an empath, being sensitive, being aware. People around you might break your dreams. That's not what you're supposed to do. Somebody is doing like nail stuff, like nail artists. Yeah, that sort of just came up. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that they don't value you. Okay. So let me pull some card for you, because the purpose of this reading is to find out your hidden talent, your hidden power, and have your spirit guide and have your higher self spirit guide, God, goddesses, angel, whoever you believe, to give you guidance on how you can use this power of yours in a positive way so that you can fully express who you are and claim your powers. Yeah. Okay. So I just pulled the 5 tarot cards, and then here's one. Did I miss one? Okay, and I pulled 2 oracle cards. So I have completion and the child. Oh, this is interesting. There's one card missing in between. So I have number 7 and number 9. And I wonder what's number 8. Because then usually when a card show up like this, there is significant meaning. So let me... Some of you... Oh, right here. The circle. So I have... Okay, so the circle is missing from the child and completion. So I wonder if it has something to do with circle. Some of you definitely have to do some inner healing, like the child wound healing. There's things about if you have promises that you made in the past to yourself, like important one, not like I have to go eat Dairy Queen, McDonald's, or IHOP if you're from the state. Like not those kind of small promises, but like important promises. You need to go check that off. Like go do it. You're missing the circle. I'm gonna keep that thought in my head and then just read your tarot card first and see if we can get more information. So I have 4 of Swords. I have Ace of Cups. I also have 8 of Swords. I have 5 of Swords in reverse. I also have the Moon in reverse. I think I know what it is. Let me see. Some of you have been, and I think I know what it is. If you INFJ, sometimes you get this. Is that you see the dots, you see how things are gonna go. Okay, so it could be that you know how things gonna go down before they go down. Okay, sorry, this really bothers me. Okay, sorry, I'm just like fixing all the cable. So you see how things are gonna go down before they go down, and you just know, right? And because you see all the linking dots, that's part of the INFJ ability. Strong intuition, and you've been actively trying to avoid some of the conflict or failure. I think failure. Yeah, failure is probably the more accurate term. You've been actively avoiding failure. And then it's stopping you from chasing whatever the sense, like the feeling, sensation, the artistic pursuit, the inspiration, whatever that comes to you. Maybe is like a spiritual hit, spiritual power, that kind of a thing, and you've been running from it. Yeah, this is what's happening. Like the tarot card is saying that you've been sort of you know how ostriches work? It's that when there's like a danger or whatever, they just bury their head in the sand and they're like, la 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 la, if I don't see, if I don't hear, if I don't whatever, it's gonna go away. And what the tarot card is encouraging you to do is to really explore that. Explore that with a loving light. Because then you have the Ace of Cups. And a lot of times the Ace of Cups to me means self-love. And I kind of always wonder, this is like a big topic for me. Like, what does self-love mean? Yeah. And, you know, it could be like materialistic wise, you know, if there's something that you feel like you need to, it's going to bring you joy, right? Save money and have that. You know, if there's certain type of food that really comforts you, like good food, not like bad food. That's, you know, once in a while, food brings you emotion satisfaction is good. Most of the time you need the food that will bring you comfort physically, right? Eat the right food, love yourself, pleasure yourself. Yes, I did say that. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You know, and recently I've learned that, and I wonder if some of you are sort of wondering about the same thing, is that you see the goodness in other people. Yeah, well, I mean, creative people, we do. Empathic people, creative people, we oftentimes see the goodness in others. And the one thing that I've learned recently is to use that same witnessing for myself. So it's kind of like, instead of me looking at other, realizing the goodness in other, I'm imagining the younger version of me looking at myself with that clean eyes and admiring who I've become. Yeah. So there's that's part of the self-love I think you need to go through. Yeah. I think, and I'm just looking at the cards trying to feel you out. Sometimes, and this is the part where I think a lot of people are mistaken in terms of in terms of like, are you trying to tell me like being in the darkness, being in chaos, living a hard life is a good thing? That's not what I'm saying. However, it doesn't change the fact, and I'm being brutally honest here. Remember at the beginning, the very beginning of the video, I said this is going to be a very honest video. And I'm doing that right now. Is that because you went through that, that's why you're going to have more capacity, more ability to see, to witness that good, that beauty, the creative part, the things that's worth talking about in poetry, in literature, the virtues, the ethics, you know, things that's worth holding on to. Yeah. And I'm not saying that this is an easy path, because your situation is a little bit complex. And I still would like to help, like, encourage you to honor your hidden gift. Being a poet, seeing the beauty. Yeah. And this will require you, encourage you to look things through the child's eye. Yeah, the child's eye view. The Mad Hatter, kind of the craziness and purity. And go complete some of those things that you said that you were gonna complete, but you didn't. You're missing that full circle within. Because in between the 7 and 9 card, I took a look, right? So the 8th card is actually this, it's called the circle. So I feel like at this moment in life, you need to go back to revisit some of your past to complete the circle, to look at things, to allow that uneasiness in the past, to do some, people call it like the like dark healing, shadow work, and it is through that we start finding our middle path, like the path that we're supposed to be on. Not any of the extreme, but somewhere in the middle. Yeah. So I think you're being called to re-examine this path in order to bring this very artistic, creative, sensitive, wonderful being into this world. And that is my message to you. And thank you for listening, because I know this particular one is a little bit longer than pile 1. But I do feel you. This is facing our darkness is not always going to be easy. It could be. It doesn't always be that way. As someone who have turned, like, revisit some of the dark thoughts and dark path, I want to share with you that it is the most comforting when we finally complete our shadow work. And you may not necessarily, like, just once and for all get rid of it, and that's okay. That's what life is. We're always looking under the rock and see if there's anything hidden under the rock, and we're always experiencing maybe we get more new rocks and more rocks that we have to turn over and check, but that's okay. And I want you to know that you are seen, you're heard, you're witnessed, and I hope you find a way to embrace yourself, your hidden talent. Wishing you all the best. Let me know down below or private message me if you have any questions or you simply just want to talk. All the information is in the description box. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 3. If you like, I think I was gonna do this. If you like this business, this one, it comes with a pair. Like, they're like a pair. They're like cute couples. So if you like bismuth, this is your pile. And let me just put it down. Okay. So let me pick your hidden power first, because that's the center of the topic today. What's your hidden power that you sort of been keeping consciously, subconsciously keeping away from other people? Okay. Oh, I love this one. The witch. This is my spiritual pile, I think. The witch, experimentation and rebellion. Okay. The witchy pile. Okay. So again, this may not be like a literal witch. This could be just simply be a heretic standing out from the crowd, being rebellious, being different. Maybe you're the feminist. Maybe you label yourself as a witch, oracle, high priestess, all that fun jazz. Okay. Oh, and we're gonna pick your situation. What's your current situation that's sort of caused you from hiding this witchy part of you from other people? Okay, so I have this camel looking. This is a donkey, right? Donkey. And this is called Strangers. And I have to interpret it like this. Some of you... Okay, so I'm just being very upfront. This reminds me of the donkey... And I mean, come on, we're heading into November. We're almost Advent time ish. This reminds me of, yeah, like the Bible and the story of nativity. Is that how you say it? Like the story of, you know, the coming of Christ, right? So some of you might be Christians, and then you realize you're this. Oh boy, that could be quite traumatic, actually. I don't know how to. Yeah, because then this is a situation where I feel like I don't know how traumatic it could be, and I'm being brutally honest. Like I said, today's video is just brutal honesty, because even though I was baptized later on by choice, like a couple years ago, but I grew up in Taiwan. I grew up in this multi-faith spiritual island where, like, every July, lunar calendar July, we're just like talking about all the spirituality stuff, like all over TV. And so I grew up, you know, partially exposed to like Taoist, Buddhist, and Christianity. I grew up in a private school, Catholic, and then later on I went into classical music, and then so I was exposed to. Anyways, so it's hard for me to realize and feel. So forgive me. That was all I'm trying to say, is forgive me if I may come across as in like this is a really big deal, but I'm laughing at this. Like I'm not. I'm just like trying to make sense of things. So yeah. Strangers with the donkeys. The other things I'm picking up from the cards may be like the expectations, because then this also reminds me of like hard work, hard baggage that other people has put on you and sort of force you to carry that, and then this baggage is from strangers. Yeah. So I feel like this might be a societal thing where maybe there are people who gave you a lot of negative connotation or negative meaning or interpretation towards the label witch. So you can't really, you feel like you have to hide this. And I mean, if you were past life witches, which I was, and which is also like this topic is all very like complicated to me to like interpret it in a normal way, because like there's a lot of things like past life that I went through. Yeah, like if you've been burned on a stake, you know what I mean, yeah. Or hanged. Yeah, no, that was weird. Anyways. It was a weird experience. Like you might suffer, because now I'm like, oh, I might have to talk about this. You might suffer. You might have like weird markings, rashes, ache, like on certain spots of your body where you're just like, I can't explain this. Yeah, if you have that, do pass a regression and see if you can resolve it. And I mean like unexpected one where like you're eating normal, sleeping normal, no like stress normal, everything normal, hormonal normal, and all of a sudden your body just react and you don't even know what it was reacting to because you've been like doing all these like rolling out and it's not going away. That is the time that you go do past life healing because that was the situation that I ran into and I was like, man, that looks like I'm being like, that looks like a hang rope mark on my neck. Oh, and it sure was. And the minute when I start resolving that past life, it was gone. So it doesn't have to be baggage from present life. It could be baggage from past life. People were forcing you to adopt, expectations. That was the first thing, is like physical labor or a lot of expectation who you should be, how you should behave. And that is actually why you feel like you have to keep your witchy power down, the rebellion side of you down. Yeah, so we're picking out oracle cards of from your, like, consider this as part of guidance from your higher self or god and goddesses that you relate to, your spirit guides, your ancestor. Well, I wouldn't let ancestor sort of step into this category, but spirit guides, higher self, spirit guides, god and goddesses. Okay, cool. Not like I don't trust ancestors, but I feel like some of the ancestors have their own stuff that they need to resolve. Oh boy, this is like hilarious. Okay, so I have the two card. Oh, this is so funny. As we were talking about being burned on the stake, not like that experience was funny, but then guess what? We have the fire and then the crow. Fire and the crow. Like, the first thing that came out of my mind is like, you need to do a fire ritual, like, and safely, okay? Like I like practice with caution is like, if you're under 18, please have adult supervision. Like, I feel like I need to have like a safety description here. One of the rituals that a lot of people practice is that they write down whatever things that they need to release. And like, for example, if you have certain anger or sadness, whatever the negative emotion towards a certain thing, certain person, you write it down on paper and then you burn the paper, right? And to do it safely, get a metal bowl, or do it like, yeah, I would get a metal box or container, or bowl or bucket, whatever it is. And when you burn the thing, like, don't hold the paper. I feel like I'm like teacher, but then like, truly be careful, like, because then right now, like, the northern hemisphere is getting windy and cold, and I don't want to set anything on fire. Cool. So practice all the safety measures, have a bucket of water nearby, that kind of a thing. Okay, so there's that fire ritual. You can also do candle work, which is incantations through the lighting of the candle. And typically this is really good with like reinforcement work. That could be awakening the power within, reinforcing the protection spell, mostly, and a cleansing, mostly because that's the energy of the fire. I know some people could use the fire to sort of as a protection spell of taking down things. I personally feel that on spiritual work and mental work, unless you are being attacked spiritually, I wouldn't use a fire spell on that. Just because like a lot of the subconsciousness and healing work, you want it to be like slowly come like a slow easing into new situation. I think that's the best way to say it. The next thing that came into my mind is Mars. Again, Mars is definitely it's a Tuesday thing. So Tuesday is being governed by Mars. If you follow the naming system of, I don't know which system it is, but it's in French, it's in Japanese. So Tuesday typically referred to as like the day of like the Mars day. And then the reason I said Mars was because guess what? It's the fire energy and then also the crawl. So if you watched Sailor Moon as a kid, you know what I mean. There's a lot of there's also the spirit animal, like I mean, and I can't remember. This might be a mythical thing. It might be like a game thing. But then, crow in the formation of a fire might be a good spirit guide power animal that you can call forth, because that will have the combination of the two things together. So yeah, think about that. What else? There's some sort of message coming through, is the wisdom of using fire. The wisdom of using fire. Maybe it's the elemental power that you are going to borrow from. Wisdom of using fire. Okay. I don't think this is like a physical fire. I think it's a spiritual fire kind of a thing. Because I don't want to get, I don't want people doing like crazy stuff. So I think this is not a physical fire as like wisdom of how to use a physical fire. I think it's a wisdom of how to light up your spiritual fire, passion and inspiration, that kind of a thing. Okay, so the 5 tarot cards that I have here are Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. I have the World reverse. Both of them are reverse. I have 7 of Pentacles upright. This is I think this is like Swan Lake. Yeah, this is the Swan Lake. 7 of Pentacles. And this is Page of Wands. Page of Wands. And then I have 3 of Swords. Is it 3 of Swords? Yeah. 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so from the cards, I think I know what it is. There's a lot of anger that you might experience if you like, and then I think this have to do with like witchy trauma, being like a heretic trauma, being different. And then this might not be from present times, because then sometimes if you have gone through like reincarnation and past life and being actively hunted for being a heretic in the past lives, like there's a lot of trauma that you need to release. And I think this is asking you to release that trauma, because some of the past worlds have not ended completely, mostly because this anger within is still quite strong, subconsciously or consciously. And if you don't know about this, and now I'm like, you're like, oh, Anna, like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no recollections. I have never gone through an awakening. If you feel like anger has been a main theme in your life, especially when against like prejudice, against like unfair treatment, religion oppression, gender oppression, that kind of a thing, like unexplained anger, like I don't mind this is like, oh yeah, that like I've experienced that in this lifetime. No, I mean like unexplained answer, like, you know, you grew up a loving family, but then like every time when something, it triggers you so bad and you have no idea. If you are experiencing that, I would say that's most likely something in the past life. Like there's things where I have to do like past life healing on. I have no idea, like without knowing that it was a past life, I would have no idea why I would have those fears and anger in this lifetime. So if you have been wondering why do I have this, like, to yourself, yeah, I would say be open-minded and explore that and see how it goes. However, and again, your spirit guide is saying that you need to release from you need to complete those worlds, release, like you need to be able to tell your spiritual self, your soul imprint that is a life that has ended, this past life has ended, and you now need to move on, heal those trauma, taking new actions to step away from the pattern. Yeah, they, for some reason, completing the worlds are very prominent to me. It's like complete the world. Kept repeating to me. Yeah. Past hurt, for sure. And I think this is a brilliant picture for this card, Seven of Pentacles, and they're using the Black Swan because I think what it is, Seven of Pentacles typically deals with a choice. Okay, you can choose how you look at things, and I think in this particular Black Swan situation is that when the Black Swan saw the prince for the first time, she could have decided, like, there's multiple situations in Swan Lake where I feel like she could have made a different choice. And then I think this is going to be your spirit guide is asking you to make a different choice for yourself. To maybe it's a better choice, I don't know. However, this inside rebellious witch, feminist, the maiden, the crone, the how do you say it? The maiden mother. Is it the mother in the middle? I can't really remember. But then, you know, the Trinity, the woman, the femininity, the female power, the rebel within you, the heretic, being different. Love yourself for being different. I feel like this is your hidden powers asking you to do, to take a step forward, choose a different path, heal the old world so that in this new world you get to shine for being who you are. And I truly hope that for you, because then it's much better in this era to declare yourself as a witch than before. There are still tribes and places that still actively hunt witches, but less likely now. So I hope that my Pal 3, you can all embrace who you are, the heretic, the witch, the non-conformist, and embrace who you are. And that's what I truly wish for you. And if you like this message, please like and subscribe. If you want to talk, if you want to chat, just all of my contact information is in the description box, and I hope to get to see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Okay, Pal 4. If you like this little MID, okay, it's like being so specific. I like sometimes how like TV like to like to force message. If you like this small yet powerful Ganesha, there's a metal Ganesha right here. This is your reading, Pile 4. Okay. Oh. So this is going to be your hidden power. Your hidden power is the Thief. Ooh, oh la la, I like this. Again, like we said earlier at the beginning in the intro, that there's no bad power, good power. It's only how we use this power in a way that can benefit the general public, benefit us, benefit other people, in creating win-win situation. Okay, so the Thief, seizing the moment, selfishness. So this is your hidden power, the Thief. Oh, I like this. I wonder what this is, because then I'm just like curious. Okay, I think this is. This is, and then this is your sort of like the dark, subconsciously or so you might know this power consciously or subconsciously, and oh, I'm just like, all these like information is running through my. Sorry, I'm not trying to like create a suspense and keep you hanging, that kind of a thing. It's just like there's so many messages running in my head right now, and I'm just like, whoa, okay. But I like this, and I'll tell you why in a bit. Just because I'm super distracted right now with there's just so many messages zooming past. I feel like I'm having like those African animal migration stampede, like just like running through right now. I'm just like, whoa, there's too many information. So I'll calm down in a bit, but let's do your situation first. I have this card. And then, I mean, you have to smile at the sort of like the parody of this. You have the Thief and you have the Cop. However, the border card that go with it is holding on. So it's like this. So you have to interpret it this way. So your current situation. Okay, actually, let's talk about your gift. So it does say seizing the moment, yeah. I also feels like when you see an opportunity, you're very good at stealing the opportunity. Like not like stealing the opportunity, like be one step ahead of other people and making other people feel that you're stealing the opportunity. But you're just like, maybe you guys spot the opportunity at the same time and you just did a better job. But to other people, you're like stealing their opportunity. Get that? Yeah? Or you're very good at stealing other people's words. So you say it out, like, again, it's that one step ahead of other people. I also had earlier in my mind, like, but it's not, it's like you're very good at fishing out information from like random things. Like, for example, you read the newspaper and you just figure out, like, you just see the weaving thread of where this event is going to lead to, right? Like, you see the pattern when nobody can see it. And you sort of steal that. Other people will be like, oh, you steal information, but then like, no, I just saw miles coming, I didn't steal anything, that kind of a feeling. But to other people, you're like stealing the information, but you didn't. It was just like, I saw this and I saw that, this is how I derived the conclusion. It might be intuitive hits or whatever it is, but almost feel like you're stealing from other people. But I mean, if you're in a corporate espionage or oh my god, if you're in an actual stealing, then I don't know why you're. I'm not encouraging that. I'm flat out saying out loud. You have the talent of like moving stuff when other people don't really realize. And because this is a positive channel, I'm always gonna encourage people to use their hidden talent in a positive way. Maybe like Robin Hood, that kind of a feeling to it. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this is awesome. So holding on. So the situation holding on and police. Oh, the first thing that I came up in my head was, how do you say it? Ethic police? Is that how you say it? Or like the like the yeah, like people who are so righteous that they felt like they're the gatekeeper online. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna go into it too deeply. But it was more like holding on to this, as in like, if I do this, other people, if I do this, other people are gonna see me and then they're gonna rat me out, they're gonna call me for it, they're gonna ridicule me, they're gonna blah 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 blah. So there's that fear of being watched, fear of being reported. Yeah, the fear of being reported. One of the thoughts that came into my mind was, I don't think you're actually stealing. However, I think this might be because a lack of understanding. I think this is your own label, but it also could be coming from the lack of knowledge on like copyright, trademark, that kind of a situation, like the like what is defined by the law as stealing, as, you know, taking things from other people. So you have to, if you're a content creator, if you are artist, composer, performer, knowing the definition on intellectual property within your industry will certainly help transforming the definition of a thief, yeah? So I pick out 2 oracle cards, and I'm gonna pick out 5 tarot cards to just kind of let me know and let you know from your spirit guides, higher self, your god and goddesses, whoever, what kind of religion you practice, to give us recommendations, thoughts on how to, like, what would they want you to do with your hidden power. So I have the Holy Mountain and the Seer. This is really interesting. Holy Mountain and the Seer. Maybe you have to go to a spiritual place. You're supposed to go there. You get more inspiration. So I have 5 cards that are all reverse. I have 5 of Wands in reverse. I have the Chariot in reverse. I have 3 of Pentacles in reverse. I have 10 of Cups in reverse. And I have the High Priestess in reverse. So all of these cards are telling me that for some reason, I feel like in order to understand your power and fully be able to use your power to create a win-win situation for people, I think you need to go into an introspective time, sort of creating a little bit of space between you and other people to really reflect on what are some of the thoughts, the programming that I'm following. Are they really my thoughts? Are they really my programming, or other people who have given it to me? Yeah? How do I act? How do I act on courage instead of acting on fear? I also feel like this is part of maybe the hidden sort of the healing programming that you need to look into is the deserving part of things. Because when you feel like you don't deserve, you feel like you're stealing from other people, right? You steal the opportunity because you feel like you don't deserve it, right? And so that is part of the things that you might have to heal. Some of you might come from more well-off family than the average people, and you might feel like your family had do some weird things to steal money from other people. Yeah, so there's some of that for some of you. Yet again, when I look at this Thief card, one of the things that kept coming up is the power of spotting gold. And the thief sitting on the gold mountain. That kind of a feeling is that you feel like you're a thief because you discovered this pile of gold that no one is claiming. But you feel like a thief because you're sitting on top of it. You feel like you should share it with other people. You feel like you should could, you know, make the community better, you should. Yeah. And then you're guilting yourself. But do you? Do you have to? Is that really what you want? Is that really your voice of wanting to be a good person because you're inspired to do so, or is it because other people told you that you need to be a good person? Right. Yeah, I think I'm seeing like this is a time your spirit guide is really asking you not to push forward. Not to push forward because there's the path right now you're walking on is it's not, you didn't decide there, like it's not a pure intention coming from you that yes, this is a path that I want to walk on, yes, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I believe, blah, blah, blah. I feel like there's a lot of added stuff from the external that is sort of like throwing like you're not heading to the true north, you're heading because other people change your track a little bit. So the oracle card, the holy mountain, the seer, I feel like, and this is sort of where you have to climb your own mountain. You know what's the path right under your feet. You are the only person that you will know. Be able to introspection, to inspect within, to really have that conversation with yourself to see if you're walking on the right path. And maybe you do have to visit a spiritual mountain, right? And if you're in North America, there's several spiritual places that you can go to. Mount Shasta, the Mount Clele here in BC, in Canada. Of course, if you're not really big into mountains, they're like Sedona, right? There are spiritual places all over the world. Some of them are mountains, some of them are not. However, I think this is sort of that journey, spiritual journey that you need to go on to do some introspection, to help you really see clearly what are you holding on to that is not helping you anymore. And this is more on the part where like things that you feel like other people are gonna like rat you on. Like imposter syndrome. Who do you think you are? Why are you not being a better person? Be a better person. That kind of a thing where I feel like that's sort of the tasks that your spiritual guides, your god and goddesses, your higher self is asking you to do in order to bring this ability within you to a win-win situation. Okay, so if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, if you just want to talk, the contact information is in the description box, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay. Pile number. So wait, how many do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is pile number 5. And if you are drawn to this, if you are drawn to, I think this is called the desert rose, or I don't know. This is like a form of selenite, and desert rose or something. I only know the Mandarin version. Sorry. And if you like that, we're gonna draw your first card from the Citadel card, and to know your hidden power. Man, we have some really interesting one. If you feel like you want to get entertainment, you can watch some of the piles before. You have 3. Why? Okay. Fine, I'll take 3. Fine. So here are 3 cards. Botanist, Parenthood and Legacy. I feel like some of you have green fingers. Ugh, I don't have that, so that's why the ugh is coming out. I envy people who can do that. I mean, I try my hard not to kill my plants. The Walker, The Unknown Journey. Okay. And the Weaver, Rediscovery and Transition. Rediscovery and Transition. I know that there's a group of people that I've known who label themselves as a weaver, who create spells out of, like, they don't follow the traditional spell incantation from other people. They create spells. That was very interesting, and they call themselves a weaver. And maybe you are very attracted to the video TV series, British drama, The Discovery of Witches. Discovery of a Witch. And they sort of had a very similar definition of a weaver. I feel like some of you really into hiking and take plans. Some of you are the botanist. You're very good at like setting centerpiece, decorating the house with flowers, greeneries. Definitely great with plants, herbs. You have that power where it's kind of like it's a very like protection spells, amulets, tea leaf reading. Color patterning, designer, fashion design, event setting. That's actually part of your natural talent, but the hidden talent here was actually you have this natural connection with the nature that you haven't really, I think you kind of, because in some of these talents that I just described, it like the people who use these talents, they could be your profession already. So you kind of know. And I think what the hidden part is, the weaver part, is that this hidden green witch connection with the nature talent, shamanism, that you haven't really quite noticed yet. You kind of notice the exterior representation of the power. So let's see what's your situation that's sort of causing you not realizing your hidden talents. Okay, so I have a doctor. I think it's doing the knee reflection test. Yeah. Sorry, the lights, it has just gone dark. So it's that little hammer thingy, and it's the knee trying to test the reflection. Cool. And I'm gonna pick a frame. It's fear. So now we're gonna interpret this together. Your situation, why your hidden talent, your talents stay dormant and hidden. Fear of being examined, fear of people are gonna be like treating you as a lab rat, that kind of a thing. Also the fear of Yeah, I can see that. The very typical like mental fear of like people putting you into mental institution. Um, yeah, the fear of being tested. Well, it could be a physical test, like a medical test, or being tested for your ability, or asking you to prove something. Yeah, the fear of being asked to prove something or to be examined. And your higher self, I want to ask your higher self to give you a recommendation to how to safely use your talent, or to allow this talent to come out, to create win-win situation for you and the people around you. So for tarot cards, I have the Sun, Five of Cups in reverse, I have Knight of Swords upright, I have Two of Pentacles upright, and I have King of Swords in reverse. And I'll show you. So King of Swords in reverse. Yeah. And then I have Two of Pentacles. I have Knight of Swords. Five of Cups in reverse. And I have the Sun. Okay, so what is the card trying to tell us? The first thing that came into my mind when I was looking at the picture, you have to surround yourself with people, like-minded people. Trust that the people around you will protect you, will stand by your side. Some of the things that you're worried about are truly a you know, it's in your mind. Yeah. I think you might be more surprising how people can truly embrace your power, your hidden power. The people around you might be more embracing than you think. The Medicine Wheel and Sacrifice. So these are also the two oracle cards that I have. The Medicine Wheel and Sacrifice. The two combined together, I feel like this is your hidden talent might be relating to some sort of a healing ability, which a lot of the spiritual people walk that path, whether it's healing the mind, healing the body, healing the soul, right? And the reason that I said that was because it is asking you, I feel like this is what how the message came through. It was Medicine Wheel deals with medicine, yes. It's the sacrifice. I don't think it's sacrifice. It's more like the dedicating yourself. The sacrifice to a bigger cause. Yeah. So some of you might have to go through some of you might really are seeing your healing ability coming out, especially through herbs, greenery, color, aura. And you'll be surprised how people around you can embrace you. They can hold space for you, make you feel safe. you're gonna be more surprised than before. The fear of being looked differently, examined, the fear of being sort of locked up or treated differently for your ability. I think you'll be more surprised how more people are ready for you to come out. And you might even hear the following words where like, oh no, it's like, we always know you're a healer. And you'll be like, what? I never said that I was a healer. And then people are like, no, but you do this and that. This is not the definition of a healer. You might be more surprised how people around you already knew about your ability. Like I said earlier, like people might already caught on to your ability. Is that your subconsciousness has been trying to keep you safe. But then like you were not really in hiding. Your ability was actually quite obvious, and then now people are just like, yeah, that's who you are. You maybe not in like a traditional shamanic sense, but then like you're already doing that. You might hear that from people surrounding you, and yeah, I would say that if you still feel uncertain about claiming your identity, your label, your power, I would encourage you to surround yourself with people that you feel like you can trust these people. Yeah. But I would say that you are more than ready to step outside of the box to claim your power. My pile number 5. Cool. I think you're like the smoothest transition out of every pile. Oh my god. Some of the piles are quite heavy, and which is totally okay, because I do want people to help people to explore their dark power, and I know that it would be a sort of a dark topic to begin with, but I'm still glad for you. I'm so happy for you that you are a fellow healer, weaver, and I can't wait to hear you claim your power, declare your intention, and start be more bold, like talk more boldly about what you feel as a healer, as a, how you work with plants, how do you, like, even sometimes people will be like, oh, I'm my wrist hurts, and then all of a sudden it's like, you should try drinking this tea, or you should try like using this cream with this ingredient. People are like, how do you know? And you're like, I just know. I just know. And I hope that you get to really be okay to embody that, claim that power. You just know. That's it. That's the explanation. Cool. So if you like this video, if you like my message, please click like and subscribe, and I wish to see you next time in our next video. Bye.